I've shut the door for privacy, wash my hands, and we're going to do a cranial nerve assessment today. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to start with cranial nerve 2 because cranial nerve 1 will not be tested. Can you please cover your right eye for me? And you're going to look directly at me and tell me how many fingers I'm holding up.
2.
And now?
2.
And cover your left eye. And how many fingers?
1.
And how many fingers?
3.
Very good. Cranial nerve 2 is intact. We're going to move on to cranial nerve 3. You're going to look directly at me and follow my pen with your eyes. Very good. No nystagmus present. Now I'm going to shine light in this eye, so if you can turn this way, and I'm going to just, okay. And perfect. Cranial nerve 3 is intact. Now we're going to move on to cranial nerve 4. I'm going to hold my pen a few feet away from your face, and I'm going to take it towards your nose. You're going to keep your head still, and you're just going to follow my pen with your eyes. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Perfect. Cranial nerve 4 is intact. Now we're going to move on to test cranial nerve 5. What I'm going to have you do is clench your teeth. And now open your mouth and close it. Very good. Cranial nerve 5 is intact. I would test the sensory nerve portion by testing sensation of the face, scalp, and the cornea, but we're not going to test that today. Cranial nerve 6 was already tested when we tested cranial nerve 3, so cranial nerve 6 is intact. Now we're going to be testing cranial nerve 7. So what I'm going to have you do is close your eyes, say your name,
Amber.
open your mouth and close it, smile, frown, puff out your cheeks. Perfect. Cranial nerve 7 is intact. I would test for a taste with something salty and sweet, but we're not going to do that today. I would test for tears by stimulating the cornea, but we're also not going to do that today. Next, we're going to move on to cranial nerve 8. And for that, I'm going to say a word in your ear, and you're going to tell me what it is. I'm going to plug this ear, and you're going to tell me what I said.
Cakes and cookies.
And now we're going to do it again over here.
Dog and cat.
Perfect. Cranial nerve 8 is intact. Equilibrium will not be tested today, but it would be tested in a full head to toe assessment. Now we're going to test cranial nerve 9. I'm going to have you say ah.
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 Perfect. And I'm just going to elicit a gag reflex. I'm just going to stick my finger just here to get like that. Perfect. Cranial nerve 9 is intact. Now we're going to test cranial nerve number 10. Can you tell me your name and your birthday?
Amber. Reed.
There's no hoarseness. Cranial nerve 10 is... Oh, and can you swallow for me? Cranial nerve 10 is intact. There's no hoarseness, and patient was able to swallow. Now we're going to move on to number 11. And I'm just going to have you move your head side to side for me. And move your head up and down. And shrug your shoulders. Perfect. Cranial nerve 11 is intact. And now I just need you to stick out your tongue and go side to side. Perfect. Cranial nerve 12 is intact.